Have you ever seen someone meticulously arrange their desk, or heard about a friend who washes their hands dozens of times a day, and thought, oh, they must have a touch of OCD? The term OCD gets thrown around a lot, often as a shorthand for being neat or particular. But for millions of people worldwide, obsessive-compulsive disorder is anything but a quirky habit. It's a relentless, often terrifying mental health condition that can hijack your thoughts, dictate your actions, and trap you in a cycle of fear and ritual. It's not about wanting things to be clean or orderly. It's about a deeply distressing battle that happens within the mind, often hidden in plain sight. Today, we're going to peel back the layers and truly understand what living with OCD is like, moving far beyond the common misconceptions. At its core, OCD is defined by two primary components: obsessions and compulsions. Obsessions are persistent, unwanted, and intrusive thoughts, images or urges that pop into your mind and cause significant distress or anxiety. These aren't just everyday worries. They're often disturbing, irrational, and feel completely out of your control. Imagine a thought popping into your head that you've harmed someone, even though you know you haven't, and it just sticks, causing immense fear. Or a nagging feeling that your hands are covered in dangerous germs, even after washing them multiple times. Then come the compulsions. These are repetitive behaviors or mental acts that a person feels driven to perform in response to an obsession. The goal of a compulsion is typically to reduce the anxiety caused by the obsession, or to prevent some dreaded event from happening. For example, if your obsession is about contamination, your compulsion might be excessive hand washing. If your obsession is that you left the stove on, your compulsion might be checking it repeatedly, even if you just checked it moments ago. It's a desperate attempt to gain control over overwhelming anxiety, but it often provides only temporary relief, leading to a vicious cycle. While the media often focuses on washing and checking, OCD manifests in a surprisingly wide array of ways. Here are some of the common symptom presentations, often grouped by the type of obsession: contamination obsessions and cleaning compulsions. This is the classic portrayal. People might fear germs, dirt, chemicals, or even sticky feelings. The compulsion involves excessive washing hands, body, clothes, cleaning surfaces, or avoiding perceived contaminated objects. Imagine being unable to shake someone's hand or use public restrooms, not out of preference, but out of paralyzing fear. Checking obsessions and compulsions. This involves repetitive checking to prevent harm, danger, or mistakes. This could be checking locks, appliances, light switches, car brakes, or even checking if you've harmed someone accidentally. It's not just a quick glance. It could be checking a door 10 or 20 times before feeling safe enough to leave. Symmetry and ordering. Obsessions and compulsions. This involves a powerful need for things to be just right, perfectly aligned or symmetrical. If things aren't arranged a certain way, intense distress or a sense of impending doom can arise. This might mean spending hours arranging books, clothes, or objects until they feel even or perfect, even when it's illogical to others. Harm, obsessions, intrusive thoughts and mental compulsions. These are often the most distressing and misunderstood. People experience unwanted, disturbing thoughts about harming themselves or others, sexually inappropriate thoughts, or blasphemous thoughts. The compulsions here are often mental things, like repetitive praying, counting, reviewing thoughts, or trying to undo a bad thought with a good one. These individuals are often terrified by their thoughts and go to extreme lengths to ensure they don't act on them, which is why they are rarely a danger to others. Hoarding, sometimes related to OCD, though a separate diagnosis now, while often considered its own disorder. Hoarding was once categorized under OCD. It involves difficulty discarding possessions, regardless of their actual value, leading to cluttered living spaces. The underlying fear can be related to losing important information, or that an item might be needed in the future. It's crucial to understand that these symptoms consume significant time, often hours each day, and cause immense distress, profoundly interfering with a person's work, school, relationships, and overall quality of life. Imagine your entire day being dictated by irrational fears and the rituals you must perform to silence them. This isn't just an inconvenience. It's like living in an invisible prison. OCD can severely impact a person's ability to function normally. Students might struggle to complete assignments because checking and rechecking takes up all their time. Professionals might find it impossible to concentrate at work or maintain employment due to the constant pull of their compulsions. Relationships can suffer as loved ones struggle to understand or cope with the behaviors. And the person with OCD often feels isolated and ashamed. The constant anxiety and exhaustion can lead to secondary issues like depression, severe anxiety attacks, and even thoughts of self-harm. It truly diminishes a person's quality of life, robbing them of joy, spontaneity, and peace. The good news, and it's incredibly important to emphasize this, is that OCD is treatable. While it may not always be cured, symptoms can be managed effectively, allowing individuals to lead fulfilling lives. The gold standard for treating OCD is a specific type of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, called exposure and response prevention, ERP. ERP is a powerful therapy where individuals are gradually and systematically exposed to their feared thoughts or situations. The exposure, while being coached to resist performing their usual compulsive rituals, the response prevention. For example, someone fearing contamination might be asked to touch a dirty surface and then prevented from washing their hands for an extended period. This process helps them learn that their feared outcomes don't actually happen, and that the anxiety eventually subsides without performing the compulsion. It's challenging but highly effective, helping to break the cycle of fear and ritual. In addition to ERP, medication often plays a crucial role. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, SSR, is a type of antidepressant, are commonly prescribed for OCD, even in individuals who aren't depressed. They work by helping to regulate serotonin in the brain, which can significantly reduce the intensity of obsessions and the urge to perform compulsions. For many, a combination of ERP and medication offers the best chance at recovery and reclaiming their lives. Other therapies, like acceptance and commitment therapy ACT, can also be beneficial in learning to cope with distressing thoughts. If you or someone you love recognizes these patterns and symptoms, please know you are absolutely not alone. OCD is a real neurobiological condition that affects millions, and it is not a sign of weakness or a character flaw. The shame and secrecy surrounding OCD often prevent people from seeking help. But talking about it is the first courageous step toward healing. Recovery is not only possible, but it happens for many people who engage in treatment. Reaching out to a mental health professional specializing in OCD can provide the guidance and tools needed to break free from these invisible chains. Your mental health deserves the same attention and care as your physical health. Remember, help is out there, and you deserve to live a life free from the constant grip of OCD. If this video resonated with you, please consider sharing it. You might help someone understand their own struggles or recognize symptoms in a loved one. And if you're looking for support, organizations like the International OCD Foundation, IOCDF, offer resources and therapist directories. Let's continue to break the stigma surrounding mental health.